Dr. Nkeiru is a seasoned and a committed healthcare professional of high integrity with extensive experience leading public sector child and maternal health programs. After retiring from civil service, Dr. Nkeiru has been involved in health management consulting with focus on health policy, program development, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation. Currently, Dr. Nkeiru is passionately exploring functional medicine approach to address the underlying causes of disease and is very passionate about promoting optimal wellness. She believes that we all have the potential to optimize wellness by committing to positive lifestyle modification. Dr. Nkeiru, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to this session.
Thank you, Priyanka. I'm happy to be here. And hello, everybody. I'm looking forward to this session.
Super. Now I would like to introduce our second expert on the panel, Mr. Akshay Jain. Akshay is an entrepreneur and life skills coach. I'll just put you on spotlight. I already. Akshay is an entrepreneur and life skills coach. He's the MD of an IT company. It's called the ArtofLivingNigeria Limited. He also leads the Art of Living projects for Africa, which is his true passion. Akshay has been in Nigeria since 2011 and has been leading most of Art of Living initiatives in Nigeria. He has been teaching the Art of Living yoga and meditation programs for over 17 years and has had the opportunity to bring about positive impact in people's lives across Europe, Middle East, and Africa. In Nigeria, Akshay has facilitated many social impact projects ranging from stress relief workshops for prisoners in Ikoyi and Kirkiri prisons to leadership training programs for over thousands of youth in Delta State. Thank you so much, Akshay, for joining us and taking out time from your busy schedule. Look forward.
Thank you, and I'm happy to be here with all of you. I look forward to this interaction. Thank you.
So great. This is going to be a very interactive session, and we are going to pose some questions to our panelists. I have received many questions from the audience through WhatsApp and email. So shall we start with the first question? Dr. Nkeiru, Akshay? Great.
Yeah.
So the first question, which has been on many people's mind, is like, ever since the lockdown has opened, there is a fear to go out and meet people. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of uncertainty. I'm not sure if I'm going to, still be there on my job. And I'm getting very scared of meeting people now. So, and how is it going to be in the future? And how can meditation help here? Or is there any role, since the topic of the day is, boosting your immunity? How is it all related?
Okay, so yeah, I think this is a question in everybody's mind, and the world is not just here in Africa or Nigeria. I guess the world is going through so much of turmoil. We have so much uncertainty. We have never witnessed this in our lives, and there is stress and anxiety building up. So I think we all, and nobody knows what future entails. We have to take it one step at a time. That is for sure. But I would say that if we are afraid or if we are anxious, these negative emotions will not let us move forward. They will pull us down. They will further lower our immunity, and we are not then doing anything to fight against this pandemic situation. So the need of the hour is what? That, okay, here is the situation. How can I move forward? And the first step to move forward is to make sure that I am not polluted or bombarded or bogged down with negativity in my mind, because see, mind is a very important source of energy. Mind, if a mind is not positive, we will not be able to attend to anything in life, right? So we have to understand the mechanics of mind and make sure that the mind stays positive, and that will lead us. See, nobody can give you an answer, oh, this is the right way to do, right? Everybody has their own special situation in their lives, right? Nobody, every person is unique. Our financial conditions are different. Our anything, our social positioning is different. So our solution will also be unique to ourselves, and we will be able to find a solution if we stay physically and mentally fit. And mental, that's the reason I think there was so much of um, um, uh, so many people asking that, so much of mental turmoil, how to deal with that. So I guess today we will talk about how to deal with this negativity that is engrossing us. And I think meditation has a role to play, and we'll talk more on how it will help us, right? So I think Priyanka, you are
Yeah, right. Thank you, Akshay. But I'd like to know a little bit more on, since the topic is boosting immunity, and it's connected with the mind and emotions, and the audience is quite intrigued as to what is this connection. So, Dr. Nkeiru, can you please throw some light in the connection between emotions, mind, and immunity? How are they related?
Thank you, Priyanka, for this question. And I just like to go a little bit back before I come to answer your question specifically. You will recall that earlier this month, we actually had our first session where we looked at the things that boost immunity. And we did agree that there were several ways to boost immunity. Basically because since the COVID-19, we've all had a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of stress. And it was new. We didn't know how to deal with it, just like Akshay says. But then now we're beginning to know a little bit more. We know that the fear and anxiety and stress will suppress the immune system. We also know that about 80% of people who actually get infected recover. And they recover because they have an optimal immune system. So how can we make sure that we support our own immune system to make sure that if we come in contact with the coronavirus, we don't get infected? And even if we do, we have a mild episode and recover. So we did also share that modifiable practices, including nutrition, including exercise, including techniques to reduce stress, and even social connections help us improve our immune system. But for today, we're focusing on the mind and emotion, which is the question you have asked. And so we know that the body and the mind are interconnected in so many different ways. And we know that the medical establishment has always recognized the effect of the mind on our body. And they call it the placebo effect. The placebo effect actually says that some patients in studies are given either saline injection or a sugar pill, but they believe they're having a wonder drug or wonder surgery. And so they recover. They have a kind doctor who is caring, who tells them this pill is everything. And yet it's just a saline injection or it's just a sugar pill. But the 18 to 80% of the time they recover. It's the power of the mind. And we'll go into a little bit more what is happening there. And also the converse is true, the nocebo effect, where negative thoughts and emotions also, even with the best healthcare, people don't recover. And so we know that that happens. So when we come to our emotions, we know that positive emotions have a huge impact on our immune system. In fact, there was a study, the Adverse Childhood Experience Study, where children who had been exposed to adverse events including emotional and physical trauma, abuse, or witnessing divorce, or when chronic illness in the family, that these children grow up later on to become adults and they have a higher risk of premature death. It's the emotion, that childhood emotion sits within them, and it's never really processed because it happened before they could articulate and express how they were really feeling. So those things go to show that our mind and our emotions are so powerful, they suppress our immune system. So specifically what you wanted was how our mind and emotions affect our immune system. They suppress our immune system, so to say. And we will discuss a lot more the mechanism of action. Over.
Yeah. Maybe, Dr. Nkeiru, I would like to add here, let me give you a this is my favorite example of how mind is so powerful. So let me pick up two people from this group. So I see there is Yvonne and Angie. Yeah. So let me see, I can see two lovely ladies here. So Yvonne and Angie, let's say you both are neighbors, and you live next door. And Angie, you're going out today and you have a tough day at office. You have to make some presentations. So you get up very early, dress up, you have prepared, you have done very well on your preparation, and you leave early from your home to rush to your office. Yeah. But unfortunately, you got a very hard day, a very rough day. Things don't go as planned, right? So there are so many criticisms, and you're fighting, you're firefighting, everything is going wrong. So you start your day at 4 o'clock in the morning, and now you're coming at 12 in the night, exhausted. You're hungry a little bit, and then you lost your energy. You're frustrated in the mind. So all you want to do at that time is what? You want to sleep, right? You just want to hit the bed, isn't it? Now at that time, Yvonne, you're just opening the door, and Yvonne peeps out, and she says, "Hey, Angie, I need some help. Can you help me for a few hours?" So what is your reaction? You say, "Oh, come on." In your mind, you're saying, "Why no? Let me just go to my bed," right? So you try to avoid, and then Yvonne pushes you further. And then what do you say? No, no, don't even come near to me. I want to hit the bed, right? So you are so frustrated, you can pick up a fight at this moment. But suddenly Yvonne tells you, "Hey, Angie, I'll give you $1 million. Just do this work for me. It will take about 3-4 hours." Yeah. So what happens? Can Angie say something? Maybe Priyanka, you can unmute her. Angie, would you like to? I want to see what your reaction is at that time.
If she's offering me $1 million,
yeah,
obviously I'll wake up very instantly.
So you see, what has happened? You have the same energy.
I've lost it.
Something has changed, and what has changed? It is just your state of mind, right? You have not taken sleep. Nothing has happened. Only your mind has shifted. So that is the power of mind. If we put our mind on positive things, we become more powerful. We achieve what we want to do. And if our mind gets bogged down with negativity, we are done. Yeah.
True.
So I just wanted to add to that. I just remembered this. I thought let me share.
So this is the connection between how we feel, our mind, and our actions. This is what gives us energy.
Yeah. So mind is the source of energy. As this example which I just gave you, and the placebo effect that Dr. Nkeiru just mentioned, it is just how we are thinking in mind that manifests and propels us to move forward.
So this brings us to our next question, which I think is on everybody's mind, is that can coronavirus be combated through the power of mind and meditation?
I would like to say just one small thing. the doctors all over the world have said coronavirus is infecting people at large very easily, but people with high immunity can really go through it. They may come across the virus and it may leave the body if your immune system is good. So imagine only less than 2% of the population is at high risk. And these are the people who have low immunity, or they're elderly people or infants, right? So the biggest, the baseline is if we have high immunity, we can combat coronavirus. We don't have to worry so much, right? I would not say meditation or a positive mind is the only way to combat coronavirus, but building immunity is important, and a good state of mind helps build immunity, helps give us a right focus, and we stand much better chance to combat this virus, right? Perhaps Dr. Nkeiru, I think you should shed some light on the medical aspects of how, with this mind, better immunity can be built.
Thank you. That was very interesting, but let's go to the effects of stress on our immune system, because basically what we are all stressed at this time. And so when our body comes in contact with any, whether it's an infectious agent or any stressful situation, our body protects us and it triggers the fight, flight, freeze response, which is a stress response, and which basically is triggering this. We have the sympathetic nervous system. In this mode, the body cannot heal. But that's what happens when we have the fear, that is our emotion, or our mind has negative thoughts. We trigger the stress response, which is the sympathetic nervous system mode. And this mode is not a healing mode. So when it is triggered, it increases our heart rate, our blood pressure is also increased, muscles contract, and we're ready to run. It's as if, as we're talking now, a lion jumps into this place. I'm going to be so scared, and it's going to trigger the sympathetic nervous system. And all I would do is run for safety. That's what we do. And that's what we're doing at this point in time with the coronavirus infection. So it follows the, it's in the nervous system in the brain. It's the amygdala that is triggered, so that it triggers that activity when we're stressed. And that's basically what's happening. It also releases the stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline and other hormones. All of it is just to get us ready to be able to run or to fight back if we can. Our immune system does the fight for us, because as soon as we come into organisms that are going to infect us, the innate immune system begins to challenge whoever the intruder is. And subsequently, specific immune cells are produced by the body that are specifically targeted at those organisms. So for instance, when for the coronavirus, the initial thing is that our innate immunity addresses it. And so if it's optimal, we recover. But if it's not, then the specific cells, immune cells are produced, the antibodies are produced by the body, and they're the ones that then go to combat the virus. This can also lead to complications when it's overactivated. And that's why people get into all the issues of lung collapse and needing a ventilator and all that. That's because there's a hyperreaction from the immune system. So we want it to function optimally. We don't want it suppressed, and we don't want it hyperactive, because that's also predisposes to all sorts of conditions, including the allergic conditions and the cancers. So I'll just stop here for now. Thank you.
That was a very interesting insight into how stress actually affects our physical body and our reactions and actions. This brings me to the next question, which was one of the topics of the day. It's mentioned in the message that you're going to talk about the connection between, you're going to reveal some secrets of the breath and its advantage and how we can use it to increase our immunity. So I would like to invite Akshay to please throw some light on that.
Yeah, thank you, Priyanka. So, see, it is a known fact. I mean, we can always send you some links on scientific research that has happened about how breathing and meditation impacts our mind. So let me just give you in layman's word language how our mind, breathing, emotions, and body is related, right? So, for example, now you're sitting with me and your mind starts going into the past and future, right? So when you think of the past, you tend to get angry or frustrated with the past. You're never angry about the future. Same way, when you think about too much about the future, what are the emotions attached to it? It is about anxiety, it is about fear. You're never afraid or you're not anxious about the past, which is already gone. So all the negative emotions happen because our mind tends to go into the past and future. Now, when these negative emotions happen, you will see there is a certain reaction in the body. So, for example, when you're angry, you will see your body is heated up. And when you're afraid, your body becomes shivering, it becomes cold. So, between the mind, emotion, and body, there is a connection. You notice this, right? Same way,
Let's be logged in. I think there is some internet issues at Akshay's end. He's just trying to fix it. I think he's just got dropped and he'll just be joining in a moment. Dr. Nkeiru, would you like to continue?
Yeah, let me continue. That's fine. Thank you. So when we look at the breath, because the breath is something we're all doing every day. We take several breaths, but it's really very powerful. If we're able to,
depending on logged out and I have now logged in from the phone. So am I audible?
Yeah, Dr. Nkeiru was continuing with answering the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying that when we are stressed, happy, or physically active, our breathing reflects our state. So we can actually tell by the way we breathe. If I'm happy, it's a different pattern of breath. And when the nervous system also influences how we breathe. Sometimes we have shallow breaths, like when we're scared and we're running away. At other times, we're having a more relaxed, deep breath. All those impact our health. And by slowing down our breath, our heart rate and blood pressure is also lowered. And deep breathing will also help us relieve stress. Shallow breathing tends to trigger tension and fatigue. So the best way to breathe would actually be to take in a lot of air. And that's what we do with a deep belly breathing, which affects the diaphragm. So some people call it deep breathing. Some say diaphragmatic breathing. What it is that as we take in that deep breath, it touches the diaphragm and shifts it so that the vagus nerve is stimulated. The vagus nerve is that cranial nerve that comes from the neck and runs to all parts of our body. It triggers a relaxation response. And later on, I'll go into discussing what the relaxation response is in line with our breath. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nkeiru. I would like to invite Akshay back. Yes, please can continue. You were talking about the connection of the breath and the mind.
Yes. So I was saying that when you look at your emotions, when your mind is in a certain state, it reflects in your state of mind. In your emotions and the body, and same thing happens in your breathing pattern. So when you're angry, you are breathing fast. When you are happy, your breathing pattern changes. When you're sad, again your breathing pattern changes. When you're tired, you give out a sigh. You want to just relax. So when you relax that way, you sigh. So there is a direct impact or the direct connection between the state of mind, emotions, breathing pattern, and the body, state of the body, right? So we have to understand this. And when we understand that there is a connection, now we are able to deal with the mind through using breathing and meditation techniques. See, normally what happens is we are not able to. Now, your question is, I am anxious, what to do? Now, you can't tell yourself, no, don't be anxious. No, don't be anxious. It doesn't work. It is like, it may work momentarily, right? By positive affirmation, it works, but it is not long lasting, because it's like pushing the rubbish below the carpet. So with breathing, you have a tool. See, our grandmothers have told us in the olden times when we were young, our grandmother would say, okay, if you're angry, just stop, breathe, take 10 breaths in, right? So that is a clear statement saying, okay, if you want to relax, use your breath. So we teach certain breathing techniques which help us control the mind. And it is so in a nice involuntary way that you do not even realize that you are now settled and centered, and you have gotten rid of all your negative emotions. So that is the power of breathing. And that leads to a meditative state, which further, like Dr. Nkeiru was saying about cortisol levels and amygdala, that portion in the brain, that scientists are now saying that amygdala tends to grow and it is directly affected by meditation. So I would say that dealing with anxiety or negative emotions is very easy. You just have to learn some small breathing techniques and meditation, and you're set, right?
You made it sound so simple. I hope it is that simple. Could you, give us a sample, maybe a little later towards the end of the session, as to, like,
Sure.
your making it sound like it is very, very simple. But there are questions where people have asked that whenever I sit to meditate, what is meditation? And like, I'm bombarded with thoughts. So maybe a little later, if you have the time, will you please give us a sample of meditation and the breathing that you're talking about?
Definitely.
So another question which has come in is that meditation conflicts with my religion. Why should I meditate?
See, this is, I have seen many people say this, but I think this is a wrong understanding or wrong notion, or rather wrong understanding of meditation. First, we should understand what is meditation, because everybody may have a different concept. So in simple words, meditation is the act of doing nothing. That state where we are not doing anything is meditation. It leads to deep relaxation in the mind and body. And once you're relaxed, then you come out with very clear focus in the mind. You are more energetic, you're innovative, you enhance your relations, you have a feeling of togetherness. See, any violent act happens because there is disconnect between two human beings. If there is belongingness, if the mind is happy, it cannot be violent. A happy mind does not commit wrong acts, right? So meditation is that which leads us to a good state of mind, right? And this connotation that, oh, meditation is religious, I think is very wrongly founded because of lack of understanding. So it's like, breathing. Now tell me, if I teach you a breathing technique and you say, oh no, this is Hindu India religion, I would say that is not correct. Look at how milk, cows from different parts of the world give the same color milk. Is milk other than white, can it be any different color? We can have different colors of skin across the world. The color of our blood is what? Red, right? We can have different food. You can have Chinese food. That does not mean you become Chinese. See, if you have something, a pizza, eating pizza does not make me Italian, right? I still contain, if I am a Nigerian, I am a Nigerian. If I am an Indian, I stay an Indian. So same way, religion is a guiding principle. It's a core faith matter. So just by relaxing or breathing, how can I, change my religion? I fail to understand that. So I would invite people who have this conflict that first experience. If you are able to experience and see there is no way there is any relation with religion. If that was the case, see, how can yoga and meditation become popular all over the world? Today we are teaching in countries like Iraq, which is a Sunni Muslim dominated place. They cannot accept anything which is conflicting with religion, but they are endorsing it, they are practicing it because it touches a human chord inside, nothing more than that, right? So I think I would invite people who think meditation is religion, come and experience. There's nothing wrong in that. You can just experience for 20-30 minutes and see, make a choice for yourself. Is this relaxation? That way I would say even sleep, I mean, such a universal phenomena. Everybody's, with whether you are Christian, Muslim or Hindu, whether you're black, white or brown, all of us relax and we relax by sleeping. So you can't have any connotation with that, right? So let us be a little more informed. Little bit of reading of yoga, what is meditation, will help you get over this notion that it is related to religion. And I would say meditation will enhance your prayers, will your connection with your God, with my God, will be much better, because when I pray from calm and silent state of mind, my prayer can be more powerful.
Wow, I love these examples.
Priyanka, can I say something here?
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you so much for the last comment, Akshay. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about meditation. Meditation has been practiced by many cultures all over the world. And it's a focused and sustained approach. So meditation basically changes our heart rate. It changes your breathing and cortisol responses. Meditation helps us create needed balance for healthy tissue repair and regeneration. It improves our state of mind, physical well-being, quality of life, and self-awareness. It helps us improve productivity, our mood, and overall, it's a positive effect on our health. It actually also improves resilience. A study actually that was conducted by the Harvard University and Massachusetts General showed that just after 8 weeks of meditation, participants experience growth in areas of the brain associated with stress, regulation, with learning, with self-awareness and empathy. Also, the research indicated that meditation may enhance ability to break loops of fear and habitual anxiety. It also demonstrated that even a single simple meditation practice can create core changes that help rebalance our biology. It actually rewires the brain. You know, about 6 years ago, I was just exploring on the internet. In fact, I think it was on a Sunday. That particular day, I spent like 6 hours surfing the net. And you know what kept me? It was meditation. I came across meditation and its impact on our health. I was so fascinated and amazed that I kept searching and searching and searching. Then I went through a period where I needed to understand, what is this meditation? I actually did pose that question to a lot of people, including a Reverend Father. I'm a practicing Roman Catholic. But you see, I got explanations from everybody. I now know that there are different forms of meditation, including repetitive prayer. And that's where Akshay has mentioned the issues around spirituality. But I think spirituality is different from religion, and we need to always bear that in mind. But even prayer is meditation. However, there's been a lot of research on particular forms of meditation that actually have an impact on the brain. Even taking a walk in nature is a form of meditation. There's so many different forms of meditation. And so we can choose what works for us and focus on it. But I feel that if meditation has an impact on stress, and really 90 to 95% of illnesses are either caused by stress or made worse by stress, it is good to have as many tools as possible that help us manage stress. And that's where I come from. Then I think it was just only last year, having been struggling with meditation and trying to understand meditation, I know that when I say my rosary, I'm meditating. I met Akshay and the Act of Living. And I've been able to take part in the happiness program. Actually was looking for a meditation practice, but what I was offered was a meditation, was an happiness program. But within it, I learned to breathe in a way that enhances my immune system and my health. To be very candid, the very first day I took my lessons, my very first lessons, had tremendous effect on me. I slept so well, so deeply, so well, and all the little aches and pains I had all went away. The next day, I was in very high mood. I was very happy. It didn't, you know, like that was remarkable for me. Nothing else had ever touched me that way. So it's a good thing to choose what will work for you, but do have as many tools as possible. When it comes to breath has a calming effect, but it's something we have with us. We don't need to. I can be at work and I can be at a meeting and I'm tense and frustrated about the meeting. I can just take some deep breaths. Nobody knows what I've done, but it calms me down. It calms my system down. And that's what is important for me. So I think I'll rest my case for now. And what I have tried to do is look at the scientific evidence. These things have been practiced in many cultures all over. Today, modern science is beginning to explain it. Whether the people who practiced it actually understood it and knew what they were doing, we will never know because they didn't document it in the way we understand it. It was traditionally handed down. But when you see what the Tibetan monks are able to do from meditation, from these meditative practices, it's amazing. But you can search the internet and you'll find a lot of, they're able to actually sit overnight in the snow because they bring their body to generate the energy that keeps them warm. It's amazing what we can achieve. Thank you, Priyanka.
Thank you, Dr. Nkeiru. I am amazed by the passion with which you speak, and I feel as if every cell of your body is speaking. I have so much to learn from you from these sessions that I've attended with you. I am speechless now, and I'm very, very curious to actually get a sample of meditation now. I think it's high time, you know, what about breathing and meditation. Akshay, would you please help us guide through this extremely mysterious?
Yes. So, okay. So how much time do we have, Priyanka?
It's already 5:17, so we have about 13 to 15 minutes now. 13 to 15.
So I'll attempt to give a quick, demo over here. What we will do is we'll start with breathing, and I'll teach you a quick breathing technique, which will generate a lot of energy, and it also has immediate impact on our lungs and mind. And once we complete that, then we go into a brief guided meditation. And as Dr. Nkeiru said, there are different forms of or types of meditation, and for a beginner a guided meditation is a great way to start, because the questions may come how to meditate, and it is difficult or whatever. So I think guided meditation is a great way to start. And the when we meditate, I mean, as Dr. Nkeiru said, even walking can be a meditation, but normally when we sit for this practice, we usually keep our eyes closed. And the basic principle of meditation is to let go and not to put effort, because mind does not understand the language of effort. It is more effortless in nature. So we will do this breathing right now. Let me teach you first. For people who have high blood pressure, I would say do not do this forcefully the way I am going to do. But if you do not have high blood pressure, then please follow the way I have demonstrated, and then I will lead you through it. So I'm just, trying to move away from my phone so that you can see me better. Okay. So to do this program, this technique is called Vastrika or bellows breath, right? So how to do this is sit straight, your shoulders are relaxed, spine is straight, and be in a comfortable position. And then bring your hands by your side. Your fists are loosely closed. We are not putting, as I said, there is no big effort. This should be very effortless way of doing. So just watch me how I breathe in and breathe out. So when I breathe in, my hands will go up and palms will open up as I go up, right? Can you see this? Yeah. So my palms go up and then palms open. When I breathe out, they come down and I gently close my fist, right? So just watch me how I do this, and then I will guide you on to do this, and we'll do it together. So you see, when I'm doing this, I'm breathing easily, my hands go up. When I breathe out forcefully, and hands just fall down and hit my sides very gently, not force. So this is not weightlifting, right? You're not putting any pressure. Relaxed face with a smile, gentle smile, eyes closed, and we do it very gently. So the key is breathe in gently, and while breathing out, forceful breathing out, so that we exhale everything from the lungs, right? So we do this. I will give you the guided tour on this. So we'll start. I'll say take position for Bhastrika, then you take position. Then I'll say breathe in, out, and you keep doing this. Then I say relax, then you put your palms facing the ceiling on your lap. So you relax with your eyes closed and observe your body. See, it is more about going within and observing within. If you open your eyes, then you are distracted by your environment, right? So we will just relax and sit straight. Then I will say, let's do it again. So we'll again do the Bhastrika. So we'll do this 3 times. We'll do 3 sets of Bhastrika. And after we have done the 3 sets, we will just sit comfortably with our eyes closed and just follow the instructions. Don't put any effort. Just, I'll say, okay, become aware of the body. Then just be, yes, there is my body. You don't have to move or anything. Sit still and be with the instructions. Okay. So let's do it together. Let's sit comfortably and easily with our eyes closed and spine erect, shoulders relaxed, and you slowly get ready for first round of Bhastrika. Bring loose fist close to your body. Just relax completely and breathe out completely. Now we will together breathe in, out, 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 and relax. Keep your eyes closed. Observe your breathing. Observe your lungs. Just relax. Spine straight, shoulders relaxed. Observe the movement of breath in and out. Observe your chest region. Relax. Again, get ready for Bhastrika. Loose fist by your shoulders. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe out completely and forcefully in, out, 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 and relax. Keep your eyes closed. Relax your palms and observe your breath. Observe the inflow and outflow of the breath. And one last time, let's get ready with loose fist by your shoulders and breathe out completely. And now forcefully in, out, 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 and relax. Sit comfortably with your eyes closed, palms relaxed, open towards the ceiling. Observe the sensations in your chest region. And observe the flow of breath. Take a long breath in and slowly breathe out. Incoming breath energizes the body and outgoing breath relaxes the body. Breathe in once again. And slowly breathe out. Again, breathe in and breathe out. Observe your body. Observe the feet, both the feet. Take your attention to the feet and your calf muscles and your knees and thighs. Just be aware of both the feet, legs. Become aware of the hips and be aware of the weight of your body as you place it on the chair you're sitting on. Take your attention to the abdomen and stomach region. Take your attention to the chest region, lungs and chest. The right arm and left arm. Shoulders and throat region. Forehead between the eyebrows. Top of your head and the whole body. The whole body. Breathe in once again. Breathe out. Another long breath in. Breathe out. Be aware of your thoughts, how thoughts are coming and going. Again, take a long breath in and slowly breathe out. Once again, breathe in Exhale. Become aware of your body and surroundings. Slowly becoming aware of the body and surroundings, you may move a little, stretch a little, and gently you may, taking your own time, open your eyes. How was it? Good? You feel relaxed? Anybody wants to share?
We can unmute you if you want to share. Dr.
Okay.
Bosaki, I can see your thumbs up. You can just put it on chat. We can put you on mute, unmute, and would like to share any experience.
So we've just done small. This is just to give you some introduction. We do this in much more detail and intensity. As Dr. Nkeiru was saying, we do this program called the Happiness Program. And in that program, we go through some rhythmic breathing techniques, which is called Sudarshan Kriya, which leads us to a state of mind where we are peaceful, equanimous, and we are able to deal with life and situation. We are able to deal or regulate our negative emotions. And it leads to a meditative state of mind, which everybody is looking for, especially in today's world. And when you say how to deal with anxiety, this is a definite way to deal with all these negative emotions. So I invite you to keep practicing this on a daily basis. Perhaps if you want to do the next program, Priyanka will tell you about the next workshop when it is happening. And stay connected. We have a helpline number. Perhaps Priyanka will put up a chart after this, which talks about how you could stay connected with us. And it's lovely being with you all. Dr. Nkeiru, thank you so much. It's a pleasure with you always, how you share your insights, right? So thank you, everybody. It was nice being with you.
Okay, yes, we are coming towards the end of the session. I have posted a feedback form in the chat. It'll be really nice to get feedback from all of you to know how you have liked the program and any scope of improvement. And also this will help us stay in touch with you, since we will have your email address and your WhatsApp number. We can let you know, inform you about the next follow-up session, which is going to happen next Saturday, on the third secret of boosting immunity. Probably it is going to be the same time, 4:30 to 5:30. We will send you the details if you can leave your details in the feedback form. And I'm going to share some other initiatives which Art of Living Nigeria has taken up. So we are holding free yoga sessions every day from Monday to Friday. In the evening, it goes live on Facebook or Insta accounts. And also we are having free meditation sessions every day, 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. again on our Facebook and Insta accounts. So I'm going to post all the details right away, so you can take a screenshot of that and stay in touch. Dr. Nkeiru, thank you so much. Akshay, thank you so much for taking our time, guiding us, and teaching us these lovely techniques and giving us so much information about mind, emotions, meditation, breathing. I hope everybody had a great time.